These are the things that shocked me upon arriving in Australia. My name is Daniel, also known as the Aussie Zambian, and I'm here in Kumbaba Lakelands in Queensland, Gold Coast. So welcome to my YouTube page where we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, what life is like as an international student living in Australia, the culture shocks, and the experiences around Australia and in other countries as well. Starters, I'm going to share with you guys what my first 24 hours was like. That's realizing that you're in a whole new different place where everything's done differently. So upon landing at the airport, the first thing I noticed was that airport, noticing the weather, and it was big, but not big, but it was big because they had quite a number of planes parked, and it wasn't so different. I'm not saying KK International Airport is the best, but I'm just saying that the Brisbane airport isn't, like wow, but it is good. So that was like, okay, it just felt normal. And so the weather upon arrival, the weather felt like it wasn't different from back home, because it's not like it was snowing or it was really cold. This thing is making noise, but the weather was also pretty chill. And if you came to Australia today, I think you wouldn't notice much of a difference. Like the part of Australia that I'm in right now, the weather isn't so different from what we have back home. But if you go to Melbourne, I think it's different because it's way more cold as compared to what we have over here. And for me, when it comes to the realization that you're now in a whole new different place, I think it hasn't kicked in yet. I've been here for like 2 years now, and of course some days you might get homesick. You're like, oh, I miss home. Or you see a certain road and you go like, dang, this road looks like that road along Independence Avenue, that kicking in, but not something where you get some sort of you get really homesick where you're like, oh, I'm now in a new different place. I now need, like extreme missing. Well, no. I don't know, maybe that's because I've been busy with studies and stuff like that, and so I do not get much time to, think of things in that direction. But it's been pretty chill for me. Second thing that I noticed that was so different, rentals, guys. Bills, as they love to call them, which it is what they are, bills. So over here, as compared to Zambia, you pay your bills weekly. You pay your rent every week. You pay your electricity, you pay your water, you pay your phone bills, you pay everything weekly. And that to me was crazy because in Zambia, renters are paid monthly. When it comes to credit airtime, you just, you pay, you buy airtime, 5 kwacha airtime, 2 kwacha, whatever you want to buy, and make your minutes. Over here, you pay monthly subscriptions and then runs out, but that's not so different. But the rentals and everything else, that's what's different. And the rentals here are quite expensive as compared to how it is back home. So that was, shocking. And I remember when I first got here, I used to do this thing where if you want to get a bottle of water, you're like, oh, this water costs $4. Then you convert the $4 to kwacha, you're like 14 times 15. By back then, the Australian dollar was like $15.50, but at the moment it's like $12.30. So you're like, oh, water for $4.50, let me calculate. You're like, Anzi, over 50 kwacha, sad. But over time you're just like, just water, and then you're like, okay, back home I would have bought this for 10 kwacha, but it's okay to pay $25 for it. And so those are like a few things that I noticed upon coming here in Australia. So the cost of living is pretty high, and the Australian slang, guys, I've had problems understanding what some of these guys say, because most of the times where this guy will come, hey man, and then I'll be like, huh? I'll be like, huh? What'd you say? Huh? Sometimes it's hard to understand the slang because some people speak real fast. Okay, I don't know. There's that road. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm black. So do you know what the best solution is? Nah, I ain't doing some discovery type of things. I'm heading back. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I was saying, what was I talking about? Wait. What was I talking about? Yeah, understanding, the Australian slang has been quite a pain in the back, but we are getting there. It's easier to understand. And I think I'm one of the people who's never scared to, like ask when I don't understand something. Some people will literally let it slide. That could be in class and stuff like that. But for me, if I don't get it, I'll be like, sorry, what? I might repeat it 1,000 times just so I understand what you're trying to say, If not, I'll ask you to write it down, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm agreeing or disagreeing to things that I do not fully understand. So the Australian slang, the cost of living, these are things that you should be prepared for as a Zambian. Otherwise, the weather is okay, amazing. The infrastructure, Australia's infrastructure is pretty amazing. Actually, when I came here, the roads were one of the first things that I noticed that quite impressed me, Like back home, you will usually have 4 lanes where you have 2 going the left side and 2 going the right side. But over here, you come and you're like, oh, there's 5 lanes, You've got roads going up and down. Not the flyover bridge and stuff like that we have, Pamanda here and Palonge, Kasbaja. No, like, huge roads. And yeah, that was quite impressive. And it would be nice to see development like that get to Africa. And also, the educational shock, guys, is real. So when I came here, back home, after doing my secondary school, so shout out to Olympia. I studied at Olympia. I did my primary school at Sunshine along Katimamudilo Road. Yeah, shout out to North Mid Assemblies of God. And then I did my 4 years of uni at the University of Zambia, where I studied accounting and finance. Okay, we'll just wait for this guy to... Yes, so I did my 4 years at the University of Zambia, where I studied accounting and finance. And when the opportunity came, God did his God thing, and opportunity came to, relocate to Australia, or rather study in Australia. I came here and began my studies in mechanical engineering. So that's like a whole new thing. So upon coming here, we had to do, certain courses like what you do with, let's say, designing, AutoCAD, Inventor, or SolidWorks. And then coming from my background in high school, I never did any AutoCAD, or rather CAD. I never did any engineering subjects. I did nothing. I had no idea whatsoever. So when I came here, that was, a struggle for me, because the people that I was in my class with, at least most of them, even though they might have not wanted to do engineering per se or something, but in high school, most of them used to take engineering units. So they had the basic understanding of how to go about their designing, how to read engineering drawings, how to look at a sketch and, to say, okay, so this is what it tells me. And then as for me, I had to start from scratch. And motivation is hard when you don't even know what's going on. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, somehow found a way, we made it, and we're getting there day by day. And yeah, I now have a couple qualifications in engineering, so mechanical engineering. And yeah, though we are looking at better opportunities now. So that's what it has been like so far. I hope this video was enough to give you, the basic introduction. But I would like for you to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because I am bringing you more cultural shocks on what life is like living in Australia as a black guy, an international student, and how, you get to maneuver around, the challenges that you get faced with. So my name is Daniel, also known as the Aussie Zambian. Nice meeting you, and hope I see you soon. Take care.